Hey, what do we have here?
Comics. We have comics and
tile. This is the some of the tile samples that we'll need to use for Claire's medallion.
Okay. So Claire, this has got to be exciting. This is like your dream coming true here, right?
Yeah, not specifically being a mosaic artist, but directing in art projects is something that I think would be a lot of fun, and I get to actually do it as a high school sophomore, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see this all come together.
Yeah.
So these are, let me see, I'm trying to cut them apart. They're so heavy they had to be, so they shrink wrapped together. Yeah, be careful with that knife.
Yeah, take your time. Don't do anything.
Don't cut your mom's vein or your own.
Yeah.
Solid body, high fire tile, so it's frost proof. It will never freeze and pop the glaze. It'll be color that stays for the length of the mosaic. So we're choosing colors from this palette here. It's actually a Dale tile. So there's a huge range of color to choose from, but we had to go through and specifically collect the colors that match the North Hills crest and the North Hills medallion. Okay. So we have this golden color we're going to use for the panther, and let's see, the crest, which is on one of the school notebooks. We needed several colors of green, some gray, some white, and so that crest exactly will be duplicated in one section of the medallion. Okay. So I've pulled a bunch of colors. So we want some variegated texture in the shadows and the musculature of the panther. So I've chosen about 5 different golds and yellows to complement each other so we can get some definition in the muscles and the face and that kind of thing. So we'll get some. Yeah, and so this all has to be, it's very labor intensive because this tile is so thick and so hard. It has to be cut with a wet saw first into strips, and then it has to be chopped into mosaic sized pieces and then assembled. That's quite a job. Yeah, so we're going to need a lot of volunteer labor to slice tile down with a brick saw and dry it out and then cut it. I can get the cutter and show you what the cutter looks like that we use to chop pieces. That's it. Thank you. I think this is the last one. Of the 5 very heavy boxes you delivered, this is the last one.
Oh, okay.
So you're off the hook now.
I'm done then.
You're done.
All right.
Good. That's the lightest one. That's the extra white colors that she didn't have in stock, and now she's got them. So let's open up. Hopefully we'll find the one that has the cool North Hills green colors in it.
Oh, yeah.
Because those are my favorites. Pull it out. Gonna have a big recycling bag. Woo, green. Go big green. You wanna cut that apart? Sure. Okay, and Bob, I was gonna show you. These are the sizes of the tile. So when you see those 8 by 8 inch pieces, we have to slice them down on the saw and then cut them into pieces randomly about that big to make the mosaic effect. So we'll be doing it like that, but you use a tool. This is called a side biter, and it's a spring-loaded thing, but it is kind of hard on your hands. You actually cut the tile by fracturing it, just by squeezing a little portion of it and then gripping very hard. So we'll need people with strong hands to be cutting our tile into small pieces once we get it. Not difficult work, but a little bit messy. Here we go. Oh, that's a beautiful color. So that's, you've chosen that for which part? That's the...
This is for the school crest that's on the medallion.
Okay.
What we did is we did a design for the amphitheater, which looks like this. It's at my school. And we decided to do a design that had to do with aspects of North Hills. Like we have the mascot, my school's initials, and 3 words that represent our school's motto and our school's aesthetic of how we want to represent ourselves and how we want to perform in school. And then the school crest is down here, and that is a drawing of this. Nice.
So there'd be lots of detail work. Lots of lettering.
Just you. Okay. Go ahead.
So this green color over here is going to be used for the amphitheater at my school, North Hills Preparatory, and you can see the amphitheater from Royal Lane, which is over here. And what we're doing is we're putting a circular medallion in the circular part of the amphitheater, and there goes Pingu. And the medallion looks like this. It has to do with certain parts of the school. So like there's our mascot, the panther. There is the initials NHP, which are the school's initials. And then there's 3 words, respect, rigor, and responsibility, which reflect the school's aesthetic on how we want to represent ourselves and how we want to work in school. Like how do we want to perform? We want to perform with respect towards others, with rigor and responsibility into how we do our schoolwork.
How did you come up with the idea to begin with?
I kind of had influence from my mom. She had been talking about doing a mosaic at North Hills for a while, and then I had a personal project where I had to pick one thing and perform it using a certain design cycle that the school required, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do it. And I thought that since I was going at the school, I should use aspects of the school for it. So I thought these different parts of it would represent it well, and having an animal in it as well would make it very interesting, and it would make this outdoor classroom a lot more interesting for students to go to.
It'll be an identity logo for the school. North Hills has a sign out front, but they don't have any kind of big graphic marker or anything that tells people where the school is and gives the students and the parents a sense of pride in their logo and their mascot and in their achievements as a school. So I think it'll be great for people to be able to drive by on Royal Lane and see not only is this an active and vibrant and successful charter school with a lot of great families and a lot of great students, but it's got a very, iconic visual marker out front. So then people say, oh, that's North Hills School. That's where we are. Okay.